Hey guys, how's it hanging? You guys might have read the title and must be wondering, what the hell is wrong with this dude? Yeah, I know, I'm kinda little late for the party by 5 years. But recently, I finished the Netflix series, played Witcher 1 and 2, and even played Gwent. And I have currently spent about 100 hours on Witcher 3. Still not finished the third one yet, but I think I'm qualified enough to make a video about it, I guess. The Witcher franchise is popular among many because of the game, and the Netflix series built up more fans to the franchise, and people are looking forward to the second season. And rumors suggest it's gonna happen soon. Overall, CD Projekt Red have been getting a lot of love. People started to replay the game, some started to try them for the first time, and there are the ones who decide to even dig the lore by reading the books. So, for a newcomer, I'm gonna hold your hand and guide you to a guide on the Witcher franchise. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. For the people who think where to start, I highly suggest reading the books. It really talks about the characters and their past, which is really interesting. I mean, who, where, when was Geralt is not quite well explained in the game. Although the Netflix series mentions a little about Geralt's mother. So reading the books actually adds more details to the plot. They talk about Yennefer, Triss, Vesemir, Dandelion, their past, their origin, all the lovable characters from tip to toe explains about the conjunction of the spheres, or simply said, how magic and monsters coexist, about the gods, empires, the witcher schools, sorceresses, mages, and everything about the Witcher universe, which the game or the series don't explain thoroughly. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of reading books. Was never really my hobby, but now that I think of it, after playing the game, I really consider reading them. So, for impatient brats like me who really want to play the game and watch the series instead, desperate to know what to do, I would suggest the series first. The game really spoils the shit out of the Netflix series. The plot of the series really revolves around the story behind Ciri and Geralt and how they first meet, the story of Emir, the Empire Sintra, story of Yen and Triss. So basically a short beginning which is not much said in the game. Although the Netflix series hasn't introduced us to Zoltan Chive, Vesemir, Priscilla, more lovable characters, which I guess will be done in the second one. The Netflix series adapt to the characters written precisely in the books, which means Netflix Triss is not sexy as the video game Triss, which is the true depiction in the books. I gotta say, Henry Cavill did a great job playing the role of Geralt and he really nailed it. And honestly, all the characters really did a solid job. They really did bring the Witcher vibe to the series. The story, as I said, the season 1 ends where Geralt and Ciri finally meets one another. There's nothing much, it's just a slight introduction to the Witcher universe. But overall, as a fan, I really like the series and I'm looking forward to the next one. I would give the Netflix series a perfect 8 out of 10. If you finish the series and want to get the hang of the game, it's simple. Play the first one, then the second, then the third. That's it. Okay guys, it's been great talking to you all. Bye, see you all in the next video. The first Witcher game was released in 2007 by CD Projekt Red for PC only. It's currently still available free on GOG and you can play it if you log into GOG.com. Graphically, it isn't a piece of cake to look at compared to other games released at that time, but it's an okay game. The story is compelling and I liked it. The plot of the first game begins with a cinematic trailer on how Geralt killed the Striga and lifted the curse of Princess Ada, which is shown in the Netflix series. The plot then continues few years later after the revolt of Rivia, 1258. Geralt, being reported dead by the angry mobs against non-humans, returns back surprisingly. We see Geralt running away from something, back to Kaer Morhen, half dead and having amnesia. He tries to recall everything and meets the people who once called him his friends. Bad luck when the group Salamander strikes Kaer Morhen and steals this thingamajiggy thing from them. And Geralt with his friends parted to different locations trying to return the stolen item and kill the Salamander leader. On his journey, Geralt hears a lot about his past and meets many of his friends and decides to regain his lost memories. Overall, the story is compelling enough and it's good. The story is parted as 5 chapters, each chapter taking place in a new area. You can't really do any backtracking and that's bad because an RPG game must have backtracking, right? I mean, come on. That's basic RPG 101. They screwed that up with also the music being annoying. Hate it. I really hate it. A 10-second clip played every time you walk around. Ugh. And don't get me started on the combat system. People say Dark Souls is hard. You guys haven't played this mission from Witcher 1.
Bad boots, bad. Sit down, sit down.
I literally died like 1,000 times trying to beat the first boss, and finally I decided to cheese my way like this. Otherwise, I would have literally given up. Let's just say later on, you meet this douche guy too. The weird camera angle and a stupid point-to-click combat system really ruins the game. And I hate it. It's a perfect 10 out of 10 from Dimux. The second Witcher game, Witcher 2 Assassins and Kings, was released by CD Projekt Red in 2011, which was available on PC and Xbox 360. I had a PS3. This game is really good. I hear people complaining about the tutorial being lengthy and hard, but I didn't quite get why. The one thing I was really annoyed with was we had to walk for like ever to reach from point A to point B. Yeah folks, no fast travel and no roads. But people figured out a fun way to do that. The story of the second game takes place after some years after the ending of The Witcher 1. Geralt knows so much about his past and he wants to know more about Ciri and Yennefer. Triss became the advisor of King Foltest. Geralt is assisting him in a war. Everything is going good until Leto, another Witcher from Cat School, murders King Foltest in front of Geralt and escapes. The plot revolves around Geralt being accused of the assassination of the King Foltest and him trying to prove his innocence. Triss decides to help him as she is now dethroned from her position as she is a sorceress and her kind is hated by many. This time, Geralt uncovers many truths about a cult of sorcerers called the Lords of Sorceresses and how Leto was once someone he knew. He meets many new characters and among them, my favorites were Saskia and Yervith. Yervith is such a badass and Saskia is, brave. But unfortunately, they are not featured in the third entry and it's just sad. I really like them. Talking about the gameplay, CD Projekt Red did a great job on their second game. Graphically, it's an overhaul. I mean, from this to this is really an achievement. And did I mention about the trailer? Oh man, this one is the real jam. It's like they took in people from Ubisoft to make the trailer or something. And when they were done, hey guys, need any help for the game? Yeah, you're not used to us now. We used your talent. Get your ass out of here. Poof. The world felt more alive with more side quests which were short but good, variety of monsters, and the story is really good. I mean, in Witcher 2, your choices mattered politically, had major consequences to your surroundings. Even Witcher 3 don't offer that much. Overall, I like the story and the atmosphere of Witcher 2. Would rate it 5 out of 4. Oh boy, next in line is Witcher 3. I've only played precisely 73 hours, but over these 73 hours, I figured out something. CD Projekt Red proved that improvement and perfection aren't just words. Wanna know why I put 72 hours in the game and couldn't complete it? It's because of these. The game is freaking beautiful and I stopped by admiring everything. Graphically, the game is a masterpiece. Awesome music. I mean, it's just spot on. You will fall in love with the game just by this. Great voice acting, different varieties of monsters, tons of side quests which are great, treasure hunting which is really fun. The game really hooks you up all the way. 2 whole DLCs which actually is really nice. And surprisingly, this time, backtracking is a thing. You can free roam, you have roads. Basically, they cleared their previous mistakes in this one. The main problem people face with this game is that the combat system feels odd for many. But I was not too disturbed. I enjoyed it because I know where they came from. I really don't know much about the story completely because I am only halfway through. But I completely agree why this game deserves all its praise. Getting through the plot, the story revolves around Geralt trying to find Ciri. He finally met Yennefer. This time, Ciri is pursued by the Wild Hunt and she is 20 years old. Geralt moves through Velen, Skellig, Novigrad and follow every footstep Ciri took to find out what is going on. Aside, Nilfgaard is in war with every other nation. God, I don't want to really spoil anything and I'm only telling you guys little to little details as possible. I really want newcomers to enjoy this game. And I really have a long way to progress to find out more. So to conclude, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is one of the best games I've played or am currently playing. 0 out of 5. Okay, I guess we are done here with the game and the series. I would like to do some predictions about the upcoming series and The Witcher 4. I can't talk more about The Witcher 4 because I highly think that it follows the timeline after The Witcher 3. But for the series, I really have some predictions. The series will surely follow the story after the first one. He takes her back to Kaer Morhen and trains her to be a Witcher. Her full potential will be shown in the upcoming episodes. This is nothing. Ciri is really powerful. I also guess that the series would concentrate more about Geralt's mother, Vesena, a sorceress, Geralt's past, and how Geralt ended up in the Witcher School. We finally will see Zoltan, the dwarf, and Vesemir. Yen and Ciri will finally meet in the upcoming episode, and I hope to see many varieties of monsters. I also am sure about the Revolt of Rivia 1258 being featured and being the major episode, and Geralt's death too. Ciri and Yen will save Geralt, and we can really see how they would be ended up chased by the Wild Hunt. We can see how Geralt ended up losing his memories and all the incidents that is mentioned a little or was not at all explained in the video game. I'm 100% sure that the upcoming series will mainly talk about the incidents that the game didn't feature or the prior incidents, and I'm highly looking forward to it. That way I don't have to read any books. That's it. That's all I have to say. This franchise really left something within me. I mean, I really fell in love with the lore, the characters, and the Witcher universe completely, and I highly recommend everyone to start right from the beginning and enjoy this classic. I'm really hooked to it, and I'm really anticipated to see their next work. Anyways, I'm really pleased with the work of CD Projekt Red, and once in my freaking life, I'm pre-ordering a game. Yep, you guessed right. It's Cyberpunk 2077. I know it's not the place to talk about it, but I'm planning to do a plain walkthrough when it releases in September 17th. I hope you guys would stick around to watch the entire thing and support me. Until then, hit subscribe, smash that like button, and see you guys in the next video.